Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Treats by Linda. You see that stew that when you visit your Muslim friends or when you go to the Amalia'S place and it tastes so unique, it has some scent, even hours after eating you can still smell it. Yes, that's Zongo stew. We are preparing it on this channel, so stay tuned. I'll share some spices that they use that gives it that authentic and flavorful Zongo scent, and you'll be amazed. But it's very simple. It's all about the spices, so stay tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and watch the video till the end. Okay, this is Treats by Linda. Let's get started. So I'll be using some beef, some cow feet, and also some tripe. We need a lot of onions. These are big, large onions, so don't be deceived. We'd also need some garlic, some ginger, and green and red habanero peppers. These are also very spicy, so use the quantity as you prefer. I'm using canned tomatoes, but if you prefer, you can use fresh tomatoes. We have our tomato paste, and we have these spices. This is thyme, this is rosemary, this is aniseed, black peppercorn, this is cloves, coriander seeds, guinea pepper, and African nutmeg. These spices are really essential because it really helps bring out the Zongo flavor. The most important ingredient is dawa. That is the secret that they won't share with you. So you can get the local one or the dry one from the market, but where I am, I can't find it. So I have this frozen one and it works as well. So stay tuned and let's get started.
So the thing about tomato stew is if you're preparing it and you want it to have a really flavorful and delicious taste, you have to use a lot of onions. So I start by chopping up my onions. I use really large onions, so use as much onions as you can, especially if you're an onion lover. So I chop up my onions and put them into my blender. I also chop up my ginger and garlic as well, and they all go into the blender. And then I just add just a bit of water and I blend it till it's smooth. We'll be dividing this into two. Half of it will be used to steam our protein and the other half will be used to prepare the stew. So I'm using cow feet or kotoje, beef, and then tripe or towel like we call it in Ghana. And half of my onion garlic mixture goes in. I added adobo, 1 seasoning cube, and salt to taste. And this one, if you're cooking, it really takes time because it's really hard. So I first add water to it, mix everything together. Once it steams for about 15 to 20 minutes, if it boils over and all the ingredients have been infused, then I add more water to it and cook it till it's soft. And because we'll be using fresh tomatoes, I also blended my tomatoes and cooked it or let it simmer till the water content evaporates. Okay, and then you know that your stew is also ready to be used. This way it reduces the cooking time of your stew. So once all our proteins have been cooked till it's soft, I take out the beef because you have to fry it, right? Yeah, Zongo stew, you have to fry the beef, but we're not frying the kotoje and the towel or the tripe. So it's just the beef that we fry, and you have to fry it till it looks like this. It's so different when you're eating Zongo stew because the way they prepare it is so unique. So once I fry my beef, it's the same oil that we'll be using to prepare the stew. So once all the beef has been fried, I pour the oil into my big saucepan and we are ready to start preparing our Zongo stew. Once the oil heats up, I pour in the rest of my onion garlic and ginger blend. You can cover it and let it simmer, but you have to continuously or intermittently stir it for about 10 to 15 minutes. At this point, I add in my tomato paste, and the tomato paste has to be more than the fresh tomato that we'll be using. I mix everything together, cover it and allow it to simmer, and then I add my blended pepper. I use both green and red, and then I also added the tomatoes that we allowed it to simmer. I realized that my oil wasn't enough, so at this juncture I added more oil to it and stirred everything together. So you realize that the water content has reduced and our stew is just about, getting ready. This is the point where I add in the beef stock. Do not throw away your beef stock because it adds more flavor to your stew. So I poured the beef stock to it, covered, allowed it to simmer, and just when the stew is about ready, this is the secret ingredient, dawa dawa, our African locust beans, and the rest of our spices. Everything is blended together with the dawa dawa. That is where the secret is. Add a bit of water and blend it till it's smooth, and you can pour it into your stew. The way my kitchen was smelling so nice, I just couldn't wait for the stew to be cooked. And then I mixed everything together, covered it again, let it simmer, and I added more dawa dawa to it. The flavor and the aroma was absolutely amazing. So you can tell that our stew is almost cooked after almost about an hour or 15 minutes. Then the rest of the cooked protein, which is the kutuje and the fried beef, goes into the stew. I added a little bit of salt to it, and the stew was perfect. Once it was done, I added the cooked or boiled eggs. The Zongo stew is special because the egg has to be added to the stew. Garnished it with my green and orange habanero peppers, and our Zongo stew was ready. And this was a request by the Hobbs, my hubby, and I did it for him, and he absolutely loved it. I hope that you try this recipe and you share your comments with me. I would love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up or the like button. I'm sure you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much. This is Treats by Linda. Make sure you turn on your notification so that anytime I post new content, you can be notified, okay? And once our Zongo stew was ready, we had to plate it the Zongo way. So we had some boiled rice, cooked beans, spaghetti or talia like they call it, some salad, and Zongo stew was added to it, and this was absolutely amazing. He actually scored me 1000% after enjoying it and even asked for a second plate. I am sure you would love it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.